Yep, it's true. In a moment of madness, everybody will probably say, I bought another boat. So it's now official, I am 2 boats worthy. So just behind me you can see my new acquisition, which is Marguerite, which is a Sun Odyssey 32.2. So you're probably all asking, what is all this madness and how many boats can a man have? And it's a little bit like women with shoes and handbags. No, digest. So the rationale behind this is that Mojo is going to be in the Caribbean over next summer on stilts, and ultimately I'm going to bring her back to the Med, and probably looking about sort of selling her maybe in sort of 2 or 3 years time. And I'm looking for a sort of UK coastal boat. Somewhere I've got a plan next year to sail around the UK, sail around the British Isles, circumnavigate the British Isles. That's my plan for May and June next year. So yeah, that's part of my project. And then further afield, Marguerite has got it's a swing keel boat. So basically its draft is 75 centimetres. My old ETAP was 90 centimetres, so it would make it navigable with the mast taken down in the French inland waterways. So further afield, my plan would be to take this boat down through the French waterways, down to the Med. So yeah, let's go and have a look on board. Yeah, so here I am down in Livington. The Isle of Wight ferry is just pulling out behind us, and this is a profile shot of the boat. So it's quite tidy. I think 2023 they had some UV treatment. I think the hull was polished. So the boat's from 2001. It's quite old, but actually it's in considerably good cosmetic condition, and the gel coat hasn't faded at all, still pretty white, just needs a bit of a tidy up really. There's a life raft on the back, which they've refused to say whether it's in service or not. I suspect it's not, because there's actually no markings on it at all. Everything is completely faded on it, so I think it might be worthwhile getting that into somebody to see if they can ascertain whether it's in service or not. So the boat's got this up the top there, has this full cockpit, so it's like a full cockpit bimini, which is it's quite nice. Not sure whether I'll keep that or not. I mean, it's nice when the weather's a bit inclement and you're in port, it gives you a bit of extra living space, but I don't think it does bimini or cockpit tent. I think it is a cockpit tent, period. So we'll have to take a view on that and see where we go with that. It's got a nice spray hood, and in terms of the cockpit, it's got a nice big wheel. You have to struggle a bit to get around it in the cockpit. It sort of takes off everything. But so these 32.2s they did later in a with a tiller, and actually I think I prefer the centre cockpit wheel. I think it looks quite stylish compared to the tillers. Look a bit insubstantial. And then you've got the instrument cluster there. I am reliably informed, and I haven't tested it yet, that the chart plotter doesn't work, but it's got wind instruments, speed, depth, and then the one on the bottom right hand side is an autopilot. So I've got a couple of choices, quick fixes to have a look on eBay and get a new chart plotter. I don't think they'll be that expensive, probably about 300 quid or something on eBay. That's the immediate quick fix, and maybe just see how we go with that, or we can do a sort of put a new instrument cluster on there and change the lot. So moving on to the deck. It's got a nice, this actually doesn't look that old, this nice sail bag. Keeps the mainsail in there. While I'm here today, I'll probably try and take the sails down because it has been really stormy recently, but today is a day when it's not supposed to be that stormy. And I've also decided to take the unstack the mast on Tuesday. So beginning of next week, I've got it booked in to be lifted out of the water, stored for the winter while I'm away, and we'll then unstack the mast, and I'm going to replace all the standing rigging, because I think this is the standing rigging from when it was first manufactured. So yeah, both, I think the foresail and the mainsail are both from 2018. Haven't lifted them up yet to have a look, but they're in fairly good nick. You see the deck's nice and clean. I think some previous owners said they had it professionally cleaned this year, so it's nice clean. This is a bit dodgy. I don't know what is going on here. I have actually already asked somebody for a quote to make me a new perspex window for here. It's very strange because all the screws, external screws, are missing from here, and yeah, I don't know why. If you ever look closely, you can see that there are screw holes here and no screws, whereas it's got screws at the ends. So that's a little bit odd, and it is a bit sort of crazed as well. So yeah, have a quick look inside. We could do with these handrails revitalising. Again, shouldn't be too difficult. I'd be tempted potentially to take them off, take them home and redo them at home. We can. And then let's go and have a look downstairs. So, living accommodation. Got a V-berth at the front, which is done with split mattresses, but quite spacious. Got a wardrobe here, clothes storage. It's quite sort of comfortable. There is obviously the main cabin, which is here. So you've got benches either side. Table pops up in the middle, oval table, and down here you can see the mechanism for the lifting keel. I don't actually know how that works, but I think it's just in a winch handle, winch it up, and tie it up in position when it's up. So to have a go at doing that. There's a galley with a gimbaled oven, 2 rings. There's a fridge. I've checked if it works, and a little sink as well, which all looks okay. Chart table, which is here, and some instrument panels there. There's a little stereo they've got in here, and back we've got the heads. So it's pump below, jab scope, pump below, fairly sort of standard. There's a shower here, and there is actually a drain at the bottom of the shower, so you can actually use this as a shower if you choose. Check that they pumped out, but I suspect what will happen is there will be a tank underneath the floor which will pump straight out when you use the shower. And then this is the rear cabin. There's a storm jib. I think that's an asymmetric spinnaker there, and it looks like quite a spacious, it's quite a spacious sort of rear cabin. There is a window at the back. However, just noticed that having put the life raft on the back there, that they have closed out the access for the lighting. So not ideal, but anyway. So yeah, they've got fans in these back cabins as well, but they work. And then there's access through here to the back of the engine if you need to work on the engine. And we've also got some storage space here, and there's also gas shut-off is in there as well. So yeah, that's works quite well. So yeah, all in all, there's quite a bit to go out. I think I will spend a bit of time first of all getting to know the boat before I do any sort of modifications. So I'll do a bit of exploring and see where we get to. Right, I'm just taking a note of what I'm undoing here. Is I'm taking the mainsail off. The reefing lines which are here, there's two reefing lines, the yellow one and the green one, which come from the back. They go through the eyelets of the sails and then basically wrap round through the mast, in a figure eight, and then these lengths here are the lazy jacks here. There's short ones in the back, they're going to get held there, and there's some little length at the top there, which then tie onto the sides of the mast. So I am going to undo these. I'll need them in place on the actual sail bag. I need to get a move on because the wind's getting up and I'm trying to take this sail off. So I'm going to do that now. So here we are, back on the boat. Came down on Saturday for Saturday morning. Came down to start the process of unstopping the mast. So I got all the running rigging off and took the boom off as well. So yeah, we're sort of getting that. Yeah, so coming down this morning, I'm taking the cockpit enclosure off, taking the spray hood off as well, taking that to the laundress. That's pretty manky. They'll do a good job of re-waterproofing that and laundering, make it nice and clean. And this morning I have been just taking all the masking tape off the shrouds here at the bottom. So you can see they've got a bolt screw and threaded in there, and it's held with a couple of split pins. It was all masked up, so I've taken all that off. So I've got to loosen all those before I take it to the crane to get the mast lifted off, and then I need to undo some electrics there coming out of the mast foot at the bottom there. I need to undo all those and take all those electrical connections off, which will be inside, and pull them through the mast on that side. And there's then the connection on the foresail which is actually just down the bottom there. There's a nut, but there's also like a split pin on that as well. I'll leave that split pin in until we actually get there. That's the most crucial bit really, is the forestay. Let that go, and that's longer than the mast, the forestay is, so it tends to jangle around a bit when you take it off. And then I've undone the I've taken the all the masking tape off the back stays as well. So yeah, I've also sprayed them all with WD-40, hoping that they're going to turn alright. So job now is to go around them all and see if I can get them to turn. So we got that. So I've got all these wires pulled through the deck and on the mast. I'll put them up in a plastic bag. I've numbered them all. So that's that job done. So the last things I've got to do is take all the split pins out and just make sure these bottle screw things move. I'll put some WD-40 and left them there for now. Hopefully they'll have freed up a bit. We'll see. So this is the maiden voyage. I'm just taking the boat around to the crane to get it lifted out. It's a bit stressful getting off the dock on my own, but I managed it. Didn't crash into anybody. So yeah, just navigating into the marina now. So I'm going to just take it a bit steady. It's supposed to be there in about 15 minutes time, so just take it steady. I'm not entirely sure, I've never been here before, so I'm not entirely sure which is the way in, but I think it's in here. Yeah, I think it's through this gap here down to the bottom and hang a left, I think. Let's see how we get on. There's the mast being laid down. Where they're going to put it. Just going to lay it down there for the moment, I think, and then put it into position in a minute. And over there, down on the ground. And that's what it looks like without a mast. They do it very differently here to what they do overseas. Basically, normally you motor in overseas, but here they've just pushed her in and trying to connect the bits as they go along. Completely different technique, but I'm guessing it'll work. They must know what they're doing. So I've never seen underneath this boat, so I'll be interesting to see what she's like underneath. Well, it's pretty quick. There's the lifting up. You see the twin keels at the back, the twin rudders rather at the back. It's quite an interesting design, so it allows it to sit on the bottom when you've got the swing keel up. Every person I've mentioned swing keels to have taken a deep intake of breath, so I don't think most boat repairers like these swing keels. I think they're probably pretty problematic, to be honest. You know, all the mechanism underneath and being subject to all the sort of saltwater decay. But anyway, so there we go, let's go. So there you go, that's the new boat. So yeah, quite a bit of work to do there, not immediate. finally got put on blocks late yesterday afternoon. I left them to put her away. So yeah, in probably January, February, I'll do a little bit more work. I'm going to order new standing rigging. I've done an inventory of the running rigging and check all that out. Some of the instruments need some work doing. I bought this on eBay, which is a replacement for the chart plotter, which cost me 330 quid on eBay. It's fairly inexpensive, so to swap out for the old unit. I'm hoping it'll just slot straight in there and work. Wind instrument doesn't work. It reads the wind speed but not the direction, so I need to do some work on that and find out what's going on with that. And yeah, a few more of the sort of electronics I want to upgrade as well, so a bit of work for the new year. So as for now, we travel out to Las Palmas in 4 days time on Sunday, and we've got a week there, so I'll do another video, post another video out there about the work that we're going to do on the boat and prepping before we go. Once we go, I won't be able to do any posts until we get to the other side of San Lucia, so I'll do probably 3 or 4 vids of our journey across, but we will be doing the daily blog, which is on the website. It's blog.mailersail.com/worthy sailing mojo. So if you want to log into that, we'll be doing daily blogs each day and of our progress. So yeah, I hope you enjoy that, and we'll see you in the next one.